I always wanted to be the first me. I never wanted to be the next anybody. I left WWE. I didn't go anywhere for 13 years. Glad to be back.
The pop you got at Backlash in Puerto Rico.
Everybody was hoping that I would show up.
What you did at WrestleMania 21 was awesome.
It was cool to have a spot with two of the biggest stars of all time.
Growing up in the business, do you feel like you have to be a pro wrestler?
I had every job growing up. It just felt like the next step was to be a wrestler.
What a debut. You win the United States Championship.
It was great. At first, I thought that Cena had pranked me.
Do you feel like you can keep doing this for a while?
Yeah, I got a few more years in me.
Could we see a match with Cena this year?
We could do it one more time. I think we could do a good match.
Where does it go with Judgment Day from here?
I don't know yet. Hopefully on to WrestleMania.
Okay, this was awesome. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to everyone who came out and sold out our very first Insight Live in Indianapolis during Royal Rumble weekend. Carlito was the absolute perfect guest for this. We're doing it again in just a few weeks. So if you live in Toronto or if you're going to Elimination Chamber, I will see you back in my hometown Friday, February 28th, the day before Elimination Chamber. Tickets are on sale right now at cvvtix.com. There are still a handful of VIP tickets available that include a meet and greet and a special Q&A before the show. Grab those at cvvtix.com. We've got 3 more live shows on the way. All of the tickets are available right there. So I will see you in Toronto for the next show, and now enjoy this conversation and this Q&A with the one and only Carlito.
We didn't get your music there. I don't know what happened.
They didn't put music on?
Well, there was some sort of music, but
Some kind of copyright infringement or something.
maybe, I don't know.
You don't want to start this off by getting sued, so.
Can you just say the line like it's your music?
Oh yeah, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
That's it.
Which I didn't know I had a catchphrase. People go, do your catchphrase. What's my catchphrase? Your catchphrase. I spit in the face. I said, well, it's not a catchphrase, but apparently it is.
It's a catchphrase.
Apparently it's a catchphrase now, okay.
And there's not a single wrestling fan that looks at an apple the same way now.
Oh no.
Did you even know that apples were going to be your thing?
No, I did not know, no. That was not something I aspired to have as my gimmick. Just something that just came about.
Well, it was just because of that vignette, that one vignette, right?
It was thanks to a nice Razor Ramon ripoff vignette. He did one, I forgot, he spat some kind of fruit, I forgot what it was. And then in mine, which is the cheap remake, I had an apple and I spat it, and then Vince loved it and he told me to keep doing it.
Is someone saying to you, like, this is going to look a lot like what Scott Hall did? This is going to look a lot like Razor Ramon?
No, nobody said any of that.
You just
I was at the Hall of Fame for Razor Ramon's, and then I'm looking at I was like, wait a minute. That looks a lot. Oh, now I see why they used to call me a Razor Ramon ripoff when I first started. I never got it. I said, we're nothing alike. But then he actually knows how to wrestle, so I don't know how they would. But then I saw that, and I'm like, okay.
Those vignettes you had before you debuted were so good. So good. And vignettes, like, I feel like they don't get done as often anymore now.
Yeah, I think it's something that we should do more. I can't remember the last time they did some vignettes on anybody.
You had like, what, 5 of them maybe? 6?
Probably.
You were telling people how uncool they were?
Yeah, we're going way back, but yeah, probably it was a couple.
Yeah, it was wild. And then, I don't know, that whole thing then became your gimmick. Did they tell you before the vignettes what your gimmick was going to be?
No, they said the gimmick would be just he's a cool, kind of laid back guy. That's all they gave me. Well, it's kind of how it is with wrestling. They'll give you like certain guidelines or whatever, but then it's up to you to kind of make that character or end up not making that character. So
if you're the guy who's deciding who's cool and who isn't and who gets spit in their face if you don't like them, how did you decide who's cool and what's cool?
I don't know. I said, when in doubt, just spit in people's faces. I just ended up spitting in everyone's face. And I didn't have to worry about sorting out who's cool and who's not cool.
Is there a technique to picking a proper apple?
There's actually a technique to spitting that people haven't realized. You have to get the right amount of chew, because if you don't chew it enough, when you spit it at someone, it'll just be like big blocks and it'll fall off. If you chew it too much, then it just gets too gooey and it won't spray enough. You know what I mean? You get that big goo, but don't spray enough. But if you get it just right the way I do, you get that nice spray that just sticks all over their face and gets in their shirt and their hair. Lovely.
Who's the... Is there an apple spit that you're particularly proud of?
There's a couple that I'm not ashamed of, but
Okay,
kind of like.
let's start there.
There's a couple of people, especially some females that I remember that because I look at the see maybe that's why there's no vignettes because I look at a lot of them now and nowadays you're like, ooh, we couldn't get away with that nowadays. You know what I mean? I've seen a couple where which is the one I did with Rhea, you guys know, right? That one wouldn't fly today.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, you'll look it up somewhere. But yeah. that wouldn't fly these days.
But is there one where you were like, oh man, that was just perfect?
That was a lot of them. I'm trying to think, who did I get the best? I remember I got a good one on Cena, that first match. I remember Rhea in that one. Who else? Did I spit in Tori's face? I think I spit in Tori's face. That's one I might want to take back.
Yeah.
Dear friend of mine, but it's business, you know.
What a gimmick where they're putting you with just the most beautiful people in wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know how that came about.
You had a storyline with Trish, a storyline with Tori Wilson. Pretty amazing.
Sort of, yeah, I guess.
What's not good? What?
The thing was that I felt it was a contradiction to what the Carlito character is. Because he was, if you think about it, he was always talking about being cool and whatever, but he was actually not cool. And then he was the type of guy that brags about getting all these girls, but then women can't stand him. Then all of a sudden they start putting me with women. It's like, well, you kind of just throwing the whole Carlito thing away, you know what I mean? He's the guy that talks a lot of, we can't curse, can we? No.
Of course we can.
He's got, well, we'll keep it.
It's up to you.
Are there any children here? No. All adults
No,
here, all right.
There's no chill.
A lot of big people here, all right.
You guys think it's okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I? I forgot where I was at.
Yeah, I don't even know what the word was you were going to say there. Yeah.
Something, yeah. No, not that. I forgot what else. I forgot my train of thought now.
If you're talking about being so cool and then you're paired with these beautiful women, it's like, what?
Right, exactly. And then you can't do your Carlito thing, I guess, because he's not. What people don't understand is Carlito's a heel. He's not. He's a likable. But he's a heel at heart. You know what I mean? So I mean, he's not a good guy. I don't see what redeemable qualities he has. I know people seem to love him, whatever, but that's the problem was that they thought, oh, the people they like it, yeah, they like him, but they like him because he's a certain way. You know what I mean? And he's a bad guy. He's not. There's nothing good about Carlito.
It's hard to boo you now.
Well, yeah, because now they have sympathy for the old guys, so I appreciate that. And I look at him, he's still doing it. Wow. Bless his heart.
Still has a full head of hair.
Full head of hair. Look at him. He still kind of wobbles in and out. All right. Kind of looked like a moonsault. It wasn't, but all right. Well, he's trying. Poor guy's trying.
Is there a move that you can't do anymore?
All of them. No, it's funny. Guys, you remember you think you could do that double springboard that you did? I said, brother, that was 04 Carlito. This is a whole other Carlito. None of those moonsaults, I can't do any of that.
Are there people...
And JD reminded me that I should be doing it. He's fine. The doctors have him on some good medicine. He's doing just fine right now. He's feeling pretty good.
So you guys know that I'm always keeping an eye on what I eat, but I want it to taste good. I think that's the most important thing here. Check out this from Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon has turned their super popular high-protein cereal into high-protein treats that are light, crispy, and taste just like those classic cereal bars. Magic Spoon's treats are so delicious, and this is my on-the-go gym snack. I bring it with me to the gym, or I bring it with me on a flight, like for this interview that I'm recording here. Magic Spoon also launched a brand new high-protein granola. So true to what Magic Spoon does and the Magic Spoon promise, it's packed with protein and so crunchy and sweet, perfect for breakfast, perfect for snacking. This is something I love having every day. Magic Spoon's high protein treats are an easy way to get 12 grams of protein on the go, and they come in mouth-watering flavors like marshmallow, chocolate peanut butter, and dark chocolate. The granola packs 13 grams of protein with 0 added sugars, and they come in flavors like honey almond and peanut butter. You can't beat those macros. These are great for a meal, they're great as a snack, they're great as a midnight snack. Get $5 off your next order when you go to magicspoon.com/CVV or check them out on Amazon or your local grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/CVV to save $5 on your next order.
Are there people that maybe they don't know wrestling and they see you out and about in the real world and they're like, is that real hair?
Yeah, I get that all the time. They think it's a wig.
You can tell us now.
No, it's not. It's my real hair so far.
Well,
So far.
we'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
They got that thing where they can take the hair from the back of your head and put on the...
When we get to that, we'll see.
When was the last time you had not this hair?
Man, we're going back to, say, 2000, 2001 maybe?
So pre-WWE.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, when I started my career, I used to shave my head. Bald. And then when I got to OVW, everybody had their head shaved. So between me trying to stand out and getting lazy, I just let my hair kind of grow out. And I think people noticed it before me. Go, oh, your hair's kind of like, did you mean it? Yeah, I meant to do that. And then I just went with it. I said, you know what, it looks crazy. Let's see how far we can go with it.
So then the two things that define you the most are things that happen by accident.
Exactly, yeah.
Your
my hair and the apple.
And apples. And then you just made a whole career out of it.
Pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
The pop you got at Backlash in Puerto Rico was insane.
Yeah.
You obviously knew it was going to be a big reaction, but were even you surprised?
I was and I wasn't, just because they'd been wanting to see me with the WWE, back with them for years. That was something that they always wanted. And it was like a perfect storm, you know what I mean? Being in Puerto Rico, a big pay-per-view with Puerto Rico, well, actually the world's biggest star, Bad Bunny. Yeah, I think it was give it for Bad Bunny. Everybody was kind of hoping that I would show up.
And then when your music hit, like, it was so loud.
Yeah, well, they didn't hit it right. Because it starts with the spit, you know, with the spit and I spit the face. It just went straight to my music, so I was like, kind of, But it's still, luckily though, people still noticed it was my music and it got the reaction it did.
What are they saying when you're hitting people? What's the crowd saying?
Are there any Puerto Ricans here? Okay, so we got one. Never mind. It's a big thing in Puerto Rico when the baby face starts making his comeback. Whenever he punches the bad guy or the heel, whatever, they go wah wah, and then a big wind up wah. Which I'll tell you a funny story about that. Well, it's not so funny. I was in Puerto Rico and I was wrestling Undertaker, and he does a comeback, and he starts hitting me, and people go wah wah. Now I'm taking it, I'm hitting it, whatever, and then he just stops. He goes, "Kid, are you gonna bump for me?" So I think he thought that I was in Puerto Rico, that I was grandstanding and not taking a bump for him because I was in my hometown. I said, no, I was just trying to. It flows better when you don't bump. You take it, then you take the big one. He didn't know that, so I guess he thought I was trying to big dog him. So I felt, yeah. So I apologized to him many years after, and he laughed it off.
Did you still get mistaken for Eric Andre?
I get. Well, we took a picture the other day, so hopefully that'll clear things up. He told me the same thing happens to him. I get Eric Andre, I get the LMFAO guy.
Wow, that's a deep cut now.
I get Valderrama, the soccer player, some English boxers. I'll get a few people, but yeah, Eric Andre is probably the ones I get the most.
Like, do people meet you out and about and they tag Eric Andre or vice versa? Do you ever get tagged in his photos?
I don't think that's happened yet.
Okay. They're not that stupid.
No, well, don't underestimate people. But so far it hasn't happened.
So you guys taking the picture together is basically proving like, hey.
We're not the same dude, yeah. He's him and I'm me.
We have seen both of them in
we have seen the same place at the same time, yeah.
It has happened.
Yes, they are different guys.
I was at the first Raw on Netflix in LA and I saw him walk by and I heard a lot of people going, Carlito!
Yeah.
Come on, people. Like, what are we doing here?
He's a lot bigger than I thought, though. I thought he was like a small, scrawny guy.
Dude, he could be a wrestler.
He could be a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a pretty big dude.
He's a big dude, yeah. I was surprised. So now I kind of get it now. The LMFAO guy's a whole different... I look like I ate him. I don't look like... Anyway.
What does Royal Rumble weekend mean to you? Like, that's when you made your return to WWE 4 years ago. So what does this weekend mean to you?
That's like Mania, it's one of the big events, you know what I mean? This is tradition. When I returned, it wasn't a live crowd. I remember it was the big screens or whatever. So now I kind of just enjoy being, seeing that big crowd and just, it's a unique experience, I think. How many guys, is this your first Royal Rumble? Okay. See, so you'll see. So it's a big thing.
Who's been to more than 2 Royal Rumbles? Wow, a lot less people.
All right, slow down there.
Yeah,
Let's give it a shot. All right, no, how many do you say? 5. Look at that, 5.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. Yeah.
I've only been to 4. Oh, okay.
5 in a row.
Jeez, this guy.
No.
Man, how can you go to 5 in a row, though? 2021 didn't have any people. 22, 23. Oh, okay. We don't count. We don't count that one. Yeah, that's how I feel about my WrestleMania streak. I've got a WrestleMania streak.
Oh yeah, how many?
I've been to. Can you guys count with me? I've been to 18.
We'll keep it track for you.
27. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. Nobody went to 36. 37. 38. 39. And 40. How many was that? Was anyone actually counting?
Anybody count?
13, okay.
That's a lot now.
So we got 12 in a row.
What's next, 41?
41's next.
You going to 41? It's right down.
I'm going to. We got a live show in 41 as well.
Okay, nice.
Maybe you can stop by that one too. Anyone bought tickets for the live show in Vegas? Our man.
Our man right here. Superstar right here, man.
Amazing. You're gonna have this CVV streak going. Wow, 5 Royal Rumbles in a row, 5 CVV shows in a row. They won't let you in Canada, is that why? I'm roasting him. I'm sorry. All right, back to you. Yeah, sorry. Yes, back to this. How did the Rumble return in 2021 even come about?
That was the one that was no people?
Yeah. What was your WWE return? After a while.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because people had asked for it for years. I remember every year during the Rumble, it was, Carlito's coming back this year, he's coming. And it never happened. I think who called me? Somebody from WWE called me. And they just asked me if you want to be. I was like, yeah, it's cool. I think, because Bad Bunny, I think, was on that show, right? Was he doing it? Wasn't he?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Did he tag with
Miz and Morrison?
I think so. No, wasn't that? Oh, okay. Yes, it's somewhat, I guess. Yeah. So I think he's always been like a big fan of mine. So I think he kind of like championed for me to be at the Royal Rumble and then to be at the return at Backlash.
So were you signed in 2021 when you came back?
I was not signed.
Oh.
It was like a one-off. I did a one-off and then went back to doing my thing. I think I did the Raw. Yeah, I did the Raw after that. I did the Raw after that, yeah.
Then how did that turn into, you're back now 4 years later?
I guess the heat that I had is gone. I don't know. They're not mad at me anymore, I guess. I don't know.
No, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's just the lines of communication opened up, I guess, after Backlash. And then we started talking back and forth and then kind of went from there.
And then crowds came back not that long after that. Was there a moment where you're like, okay, it actually feels like I'm back now?
Well, I think when I came back, there was already crowds.
Well, when you came back at the Royal Rumble, there were no crowds.
There was no crowd, yeah. Which was weird. But through the internet and stuff, you could see and kind of feel what was going on. And then the Raw too was the same thing. Was no crowd. And then I didn't come back till 23.
And then the crowds were there then.
Yeah, so that's kind of was my first experience back with the crowd.
And was it like, all right, like I missed this?
Yeah, that's when you kind of start to feel like, man, this is pretty cool. I wish I could do this again.
I love how you just throw cool into conversations.
Well, I have to get it in
like
somewhere.
It's not your catchphrase. I have to
get it in there somewhere.
Like it's totally not your catchphrase here. How did Carlito's Cabana come about?
Well, I think my first month that I started, I got injured. I dislocated my left shoulder. So they wanted to keep me on TV somehow. So they just thought, okay, we'll do a talking segment with him. And then it was great for me because I could just go out there and act a fool, which is perfect for me. I don't mind that at all.
Was there a plan for it?
No, there was no plan. Just something to keep me on TV while I was, because I remember that was just about a month in. I'd just beaten Cena, so they didn't want that to go to waste, I guess.
Yeah, what a debut! What a debut you had. You just mentioned it there, but you go out there. John Cena is the U.S. champion. You go out. You're facing John Cena in your debut. Oh, and by the way, you win the United States Championship.
That's right.
What was that moment like?
Oh God, that's going way back. There you go. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great. At first, I thought that Cena had pranked me, because as soon as I got there, he was the nicest guy to me. Shooting me, went over there. Everything with me. He was one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. And then we get in the ring, and the bell rang, and he kicked me in the stomach so hard. I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. All right, he pranked. But that's just the way he worked, and I think that's the way he still works. He's a strong boy.
Really?
Yes, he hits hard.
Does anybody hit harder than him?
Well, I mean, there's a couple, but
We're not going to say their names.
we're not gonna say their names, and it's because they couldn't work. It wasn't because they hit hard. Cena's just a big dude, big boned,
Big, strong guy.
big strong guy. Yeah.
Where did it go from there for you? Like, you had that momentum, and then you're doing the talk show. You kept being put into spots with other, like, really big people. Were there other ones where you felt like it's really popping off here?
I'm trying to think. This is going way back, guys. This is
It's great, though.
04. It's got to be. Yeah, but I mean, it's for me. It's different because I grew up in the business. So my first, what do you call it? Experience with celebrities and stuff with wrestlers. You know what I mean? So I always thought of them as degenerates, because it was weird to me. Like, the good guys were like terrible, and then the bad guys were always the nice guys, which I never understood. I was like, man, these bad guys are real nice. Why are these good guys? Why do people cheer all these good guys? They're just like terrible humans. But this was wrestling in the 80s. You know what I mean? So you know how it was back then. It's a whole different animal. So to me, it's really just kind of like been a job to me. I never, wasn't on anybody, because I'd seen them since I was a little kid. I'd already met Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, all these guys. So to me, I never got to, my head didn't ever get too big.
Who did you look up to when you were a kid?
Like, who did I want to, like, wrestling-wise, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I always wanted to be the first me. I never wanted to be the next anybody. You know what I mean? There's guys I would take stuff from, but was usually all bad guys.
But were there, when you were a real young kid and you're growing up in the business, who were the people that you just loved to watch when you were real young?
I'm trying to think. Well, obviously, like Flair. I'm trying to think. It was Abdullah Butcher. There was Rip Rogers. And there was just like some goofy Puerto Rican wrestlers that kind of had, like Chicky Star. One guy probably over there knows who Chicky Star is. And just guys like that would just talk a lot of shit, and it was like, that's what I'd like to be. It just cause a lot of trouble.
Even though you were, you felt like you didn't really look up to these people because you were always around it. Was there ever a match where you're like, I can't believe I get to do a segment with Ric Flair? Dude, you worked Mr. Perfect.
I worked Mr. Perfect. That's my first big star that I'd ever worked.
That's
and
amazing.
that was great. Yeah, it was great in there. I mean, I wrestled him. I wrestled a bunch of guys. I think, who else?
This was all in WWC,
WWC,
right?
yeah.
Huge list of people you wrestled there.
Yeah.
You had a big segment in WWE with Ric Flair. Ric Flair's like chewing you out in the back, like cutting this big promo on you. That's got to be pretty cool if that's someone you look up to as a kid that now you're sharing screen time with.
It was, yeah. I get a lot of flack for it. Apparently he was shooting on me or something. I forget. People around me like, oh, you didn't feel it. And I didn't see it that way, but okay. But I mean, yeah, it was cool. It was cool because I tagged with him for a little bit too, so that was cool having a storyline with. And I just saw him. I think last weekend I saw him. He had Gasparilla in Tampa. It's like this party for young people, and of course, Nature Boy's in the middle there with everybody.
This is the Pirate Festival.
The Pirate
right?
Festival, yeah. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go hang out with the young people too. I was in bed by like 6 p.m. Those days are over, man.
Why are you pretending you're not a young person? You look great.
On the outside, sure, maybe. But
Yeah, come on.
Thank you.
You look
Thank you.
You look jacked. Look how jacked you are.
Well,
Great shape.
Thank you.
Do you feel like you can keep doing this for a while?
For a little bit, yeah. I still feel like I have a little bit left in the tank.
I mean, it looks like you can still go in the ring.
What's that? Undisputed champ? That's a long ways away. We'll see. That'd be cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I feel like I got a few more years in me. Not many, but a few. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Would you wrestle into your 50s?
That's probably not going to happen. No.
No.
Probably not. Mentally, I think my body's probably.
But if you're in a position right now where you don't need to take bumps every single week, maybe the proverbial bump card doesn't have as many bumps punched out of it.
Yeah, that's helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with some injuries, so not bumping has helped. But yeah, like I said, there's still a little bit left in the tank.
Is the Judgment Day stuff, has that just been a ton of fun?
That's been just stupidness, yeah, that I enjoy very much.
There's just been all these like fun one-liners that you just throw out there.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're so quick sometimes that people might not pick up on them.
Yeah.
When Liv was trying to get with Dom and she's like stretching him out before a match. You guys know where we're going with this? And then Damian Priest comes by and he's like, looks really hard. Or what is it?
I think he said it wasn't that hard.
It's not that hard.
I go, yeah, it looks pretty hard to me.
Man, it just feels like you guys are having a blast with that.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with these guys, yeah. They're a good group of kids.
Does Dom actually eat chicken tendies all the time?
He loves them chicken tendies, yeah. He's like 17, so right now he can get away with eating as many. 17. They'll catch up with him. He'll see. He'll find out. He'll find out.
Yeah, he eats them like every day.
Yeah. He loves them. I don't know.
I don't know. Where does it go with Judgment Day from here?
That's a good question. I don't know yet. I'm hopefully on to WrestleMania to do something there.
When we're talking about okay, we got one clap. When we're talking about WrestleMania.
Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there.
When we're talking about WrestleMania, what you did at WrestleMania 21 looked like it was awesome. WrestleMania 21, Piper's Pit, your music hits. Stone Cold's in the ring, Roddy Piper's in the ring.
I guess that was one of those moments you could say that, okay, I'm in here with Piper. I'd known since I was a little kid, and then Austin, I'd never really met him, but of course I knew of him and how big he was. So I knew it was a cool little spot, even because I still couldn't wrestle. I think I still had the shield.
Sorry.
I still can't wrestle now, but I mean, back then I couldn't actually wrestle because I still had that shoulder issue. So it was cool to have a nice little spot at WrestleMania 21 with two of the biggest stars of all time.
What was it like being out there with them?
It was, to me, this is why I didn't really get nervous. It was one of the things, like, I can hang with these people. That's how I always felt. You know what I mean? So I never got nervous. I remember like having to wrestle Shawn Michaels or something. I'd go in there like I'd show that I could hang with them. That was my ideas. It wasn't like I didn't get nervous of whatever. I'd be like, no, I'm going to show him that I can hang with him.
I feel like you've been in the ring with like everybody. Is there an underrated match that we should go back and watch? Like people talk about some of the big ones, and we've hit on a few of them here, and we'll hit on a few more.
Well, I don't know. You can't go back and see it now, but there was a Shelton Benjamin, Morrison, and myself. We did a triple threat at, I forgot what pay-per-view it was. Yeah, but the ones we did at the live events were like 10 times better than that match. So
that's one?
Those, I think, I don't know about the best one, but that's one that comes to mind always.
Who's an opponent that it's just so easy for you to just
it was Rey Mysterio, of course.
What?
You don't like Rey? Wow. Wow, one Rey hater.
He's a deadbeat dad, he said.
Might be the first person I ever met that hates Rey Mysterio. Wow.
Everybody loves Rey Mysterio.
I say everybody loves Rey Mysterio. Wow. Was it Rey Mysterio? Shawn Michaels? Not Shawn Michaels now, but Shawn Michaels. Back in the day, Shawn Michaels. Who else? Shelton. I mean, there's a lot of guys that were just smooth.
That Intercontinental Championship match you had with Shelton where you won the title, man, that was very good.
Thank you. I don't remember it, but I'll believe you. But yeah, he's one of my closest friends, so he always brings that up too. Like every time I would show up, everything would go bad for him.
You don't remember it?
I remember some of it. I was like, we're going way back here. We're going about at least 20 years at this point.
So we should just talk about stuff from the last 5 years.
No. We can talk about stuff. If I remember, is another whole other ordeal. It's been a lot of hits to the head.
No, not that bad, right?
Not that many. More hits to the head of the bar than in the ring, but yeah.
Oh. Are you undefeated in bar fights?
No, I don't think we ever got it. I mean, who would mess with us? Like 7 or 8 of us always.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
you don't think anybody would be dumb enough to mess with us.
What's the drink of choice at the bar?
What it was taker was whiskey.
Okay.
It was Johnny Walker, I think, which I'm not a whiskey guy. I'm more of a vodka guy.
What if someone in here were to buy you a drink and they said, "Hey, what are you drinking tonight?"
Yeah, like a vodka grapefruit. It's more like a
Sounds
Puerto
great.
Rican one. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not bad. Try it. It's not bad.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That's probably my go-to is vodka and orange juice or vodka.
I could go for that.
Grapefruit. What's that? My favorite soda? I don't know. I don't drink a lot of soda. I try to stay away from soda. When I was young, you should ask me when I was younger.
Yeah. I haven't really had a lot of soda either.
Yeah, I'm not a big soda guy.
When you're growing up in the business, do you feel like you have to be part of this? Like, because it's in your blood, you have to be a pro wrestler?
I don't know. I had every job growing up within my dad's company. He had he still runs it today. But I was like the cameraman. I was a beer hawker. I put up the ring. So it just felt like the next step of jobs was to be a wrestler.
Like eventually you're going to get in there?
Yeah, so eventually I just became a wrestler, and then I thought I'd do that for a couple of years. And then I tried out college, and then found out the college is not my thing, or books or studying. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this wrestling thing. It's going pretty good so far.
What were you studying?
Who knows? I think business and administration, but I never showed up to class, so I don't even know what they taught. Statistics or something? I can't remember.
Something.
Something.
Yeah, you don't really pick your major till year 2 or something. I don't know.
I never picked it at all.
Look,
no.
I have a communication studies major.
Yeah.
What does that do? I don't know.
Yeah. I noticed that at the time the adults whatever the job was had nothing to do with what they studied.
Oh, yeah.
So that kind of just threw me off. But I mean, you guys stay in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all older folks. You know that's a rouge.
How old were you when you first got in the ring?
My first match I was 19 years old.
What about when you took your first bump?
Well, I trained for 3 weeks, 2 days a week for 3 weeks before my first match. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what it was. And then after that, I just learned
That must have been a fantastic
on the
match.
job. I don't know. We should go back and see it. Yeah, I just remember I had everything written down. I'd studied for this more than I would study for any exam in my life. And then after that, they said, okay, that was great. Now you keep on being a wrestler. Okay, so when do we go? No, just go out there. What do you mean go out there? Yeah, you'll see what to do. What do you mean you'll see what to do? Just go out there and listen. And then I just learned on the job. That's how I learned how to wrestle.
Twice a week for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So
3 weeks?
6 times.
About 6 times, yeah. For about
What?
2 hours. So yeah, so that was
12 hours.
Well, I mean, I'd seen it my whole life, so I kind of, you kind of more or less know.
Did you have any sort of character at that point in time?
No character, no. No character, nothing. Just a bald-headed 19-year-old.
That's not cool.
That's not cool at all. No. It's awful.
Oh, I completely forgot. We have an ad I'm supposed to read here. Jeez. We've been having too much fun having this conversation. So a big thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode. And when this is done, I need you guys to erupt in applause like this is the most fantastic thing ever. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded prizes, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot at winning up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks, they put their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When your picks hit, you get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Download the app today. Use the code INSIGHT. to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code INSIGHT to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. You guys are the best. Thank you. Yeah. Use the code INSIGHT. Or then try CVV literally anywhere else I've ever talked about. We're going to open it up to a Q&A here in a few minutes. If you have a question for Carlito, shoot your hand up when we do that. What's the outlook now? What's the outlook on matches now compared to when you first broke into the business?
What do you mean by what's the outlook?
I'm sure that the way you put together a match was probably different 20, 25 years ago. What's it look like now?
It's pretty much the same. I don't really put a lot together. I like to go out there and have them tell us more or less what to do. Usually they tell us to end the match, but I try to go out there and because, like I said, if you go out there, if you write a movie in the back and you go out there and you show them a movie they don't want to see, then you're screwed because you're stuck to it. You know what I mean? So I'd rather go out there with not much going on and then kind of see how it's going. Because just like with comedy shows, there's different crowds, you know what I mean? So you have to adapt to whatever area you're in.
Not every wrestler is able to listen to the crowd like that, though.
Well, it takes a couple of years to, because that's the first thing I'll ask guys, like, do you hear the crowd? He goes, yeah, I hear him. He goes, no, because you hear the noise and stuff, but then it gets to a point where all of a sudden you can hear the crowd. You can hear, you hear when they're laughing, you can hear when they're crying, you can hear kind of the emotions coming out of the crowd, which is a whole different art that guys don't get until many years in.
How many years in do you think it took you?
It took me I'd say about 7 years, about 6 or 7 year mark is when I started to actually hear the crowd.
Wow. How did the Backstabber become your finisher?
The Backstabber, that's back to John Cena again. I remember I used to do that move, and he liked it. He said, man, that's a finisher. You should do it as a finisher. I was like, yeah, but the guy lands on top of me, and I'm taking his weight. You know what I mean? If I got to do this, luckily I don't win a lot, so I don't have to worry about that. But but it was his idea. You should use a finisher. So all right, I'll try it out. And then, yeah, so it was kind of thanks to him that I stuck with it.
You had a few other finishers before that.
The funny thing is, I think the first year I started WWE, I didn't have a finisher. I was winning, cheating all these different ways. I didn't have an established finisher.
Just cheat.
Just cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, which works. It still works today.
It all comes back to Cena, though, with how many different things. It feels like he's helped you a lot. Now Cena's back in WWE on his retirement tour. Could we see a match with Cena this year?
Two old guys in the ring at the same time. I mean, I think we could do it one more time. I think we could do a good match. It'd be fun to get in there again.
I think people would like to see it. Do you guys want to see Carlito and John Cena?
Until they actually see it, then I'm like, oh, I'm kidding. We can still go.
Is there?
I would like to do a cabana.
Him on the cabana. Is there anybody you haven't worked yet?
A bunch of the new guys I haven't worked yet.
Is there one of the new guys you really want to have a match with?
Like I said, man, I'm not that type of guy.
Braun Breaker.
No, he beat me up too much. No.
Have you wrestled Gunther?
I haven't wrestled Gunther yet either. He's another guy's gonna beat me up. I don't want that. Who? I've wrestled Penta before. I don't want to wrestle him again. He hits hard too. Yeah, I'll wrestle Raquel.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I'd see that one. Yeah, I think we figured that one out.
She'd beat me up too, but yeah. That'd be worth it though, so.
We're just throwing all these
No,
names.
because then I have to wrestle Dom.
You don't want to wrestle Dom?
No, me and Dom are cool.
Yeah.
Me and Dom are boys, yeah. I like all my Judgment Day people.
Yeah, okay.
For now.
What about LA Knight?
LA Knight, I wrestled him before. I like to wrestle LA Knight.
Okay.
He doesn't hit that hard, it's fine. Don't tell him I said that. Who? No. Jesus, no.
Jacob Fatu.
No. Keep me away from him.
Yeah. We're just throwing out names.
Yeah, we're just throwing random names down.
What was that one?
Who? D'Angelo? Who's that? Tony D'Angelo?
Yeah, Tony D'Angelo.
Is that an NXT guy? Yeah, I can beat up an NXT guy. That's fine.
We'll shout out more names during Q&A in just a minute here. Is there, like, you've this deep-seated history with John Cena. Can we talk about the John Cena stabbing storyline?
Sure. We can.
Why'd you want to stab John Cena?
I didn't want to. I don't know what the official story is nowadays. I think they changed it over the years. Apparently, I was at the club.
Okay.
And he got stabbed, but I don't think it was me that stabbed him or my buddy Jesus.
It wasn't Jesus?
I don't think it was Jesus. Or maybe it was, I don't know. All I know is it wasn't me.
Who did it then?
I don't know. I think somebody at the club, apparently.
Look, we're just glad that John Cena's okay.
Yes, and luckily he made a movie during that time too, so we're lucky he didn't get stabbed that bad. So.
Very convenient.
Yeah, so thank God.
Very convenient.
Praise the Lord. Oh, Jesus.
All right, we're gonna open up to Q&A in 1 minute here, but I'm gonna ask you the question that I ask everybody at the end of every episode. And by the way, congratulations on everything. It's great to see you back in WWE.
Thank you, man.
And gratitude is the cornerstone of my life. It means so much to me. So at the end of every interview, I ask my guests, what are 3 things that you're grateful for today?
That I'm grateful for today? I would say my health, my family, and I guess you guys, man, for still, after all these years.
There it is.
Well, I wasn't done kissing up to them, but if they're fine with that answer, it's fine. No, I just want to thank you guys, man. After, I left WWE, I didn't go anywhere for, 13 years. And then, to come back and still be remembered and still be enjoyed by you guys. Whether you're mad at me or you laugh at what I do, I appreciate it. And like I said, I missed you guys, and I'm just glad to be back.
Yeah. It's because you're cool.
I try to be.
They say that first impressions are important, but what about lasting impressions? That, my friends, is where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew helps boost your confidence in the bedroom so you can perform at your very best. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is so simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part about it is it's all done online. So that means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. So discover your options at BlueChew.com, and they've got a special deal going on for you right now. Try Blue Chew for free. You just have to pay $5 for shipping at checkout when you go to BlueChew.com. That's right. Try Blue Chew for free by going to BlueChew.com. All of the details and the safety information is up there on the website. That's BlueChew.com. And a big shout out to Blue Chew for always supporting the channel.
All right, we're going to open it up to Q&As here. So if you have oh my gosh, there's a lot of questions. All right, if you have a question, throw your hand up here, and Harris will run around with a microphone, and we'll say your name, and then Carlito will answer your question. Or if you have a question for me, I'll answer it as well. But if Carlito's sitting up here, I don't know why you'd ask me a question. So we'll start off with, we can only see a few rows deep here.
I can't.
So Harris, we'll just start off with wherever you are.
Who's got the mic?
I think, okay, right over here? Yeah.
My name is Carlos. I'm from Indianapolis.
Hey, Carlos.
Carlitos.
Where are you?
Over here.
Over here.
Over here.
Okay.
What's a better feeling, winning the tag team championships with your brother, or winning a championship in your dad's promotion?
Oh, wow.
Probably winning the tag team championship with my brother, because it was a WrestleMania. And, to get to do that with your brother is I think it's every little boy's dream, that has a sibling, you know what I mean? So that's, to have one of those things come true is again, that's pretty cool. So yeah, so that one definitely better.
I like how your answer to everything can be just, that's cool. And then they pop for you. It's great. All right, who's next? I think Harris just put a mic in front of people's face here. Oh, over here. Yeah, out this side of the room. I like it. Okay.
I'm Zach from Louisville.
Hey, Zach.
Have you ever had like a malfunction with the apple where like you almost choked on it or something like that?
No, not that I know of. I've always had a good aim and have good tactics with the apple. Yeah, pretty much an expert at this point.
You ever had a bad apple? Like one you bite into and you're like, oh, who picked this?
No, not yet. Usually I select it myself, so I make sure.
Are there many apples to choose from?
There's many apples to choose from. Yeah, you go to catering early and you find
they're
a
in
nice
catering?
Yeah, you can find a nice apple.
And when we were talking about Backlash in Puerto Rico earlier, people I don't know if they picked up on it. You did all of that stuff in the ring with an apple in your pocket.
Yes. And this was like still a little after COVID, so it was hard to get that okayed. Because I remember when I came back for the Rumble,
to spit in people's faces after COVID?
The apple was banned. Yeah, the apple was banned. That's the first thing they told me. Was you can't use the apple. I was like, oh, okay. Well, then, what's the point of bringing me back then if I can't use the apple?
That's right. Hey, you still got the hair though.
I still got the hair. Yeah.
And one of the two things.
I get asked all the time. They all work.
Red Delicious.
They all work. Yeah.
Granny Smith.
I like them all.
Pink Lady.
You know all the names?
I can't think of that many more apples.
Pretty impressive, though. That's pretty impressive.
Gala. I stopped at 4 apples. I'm sorry. I don't need a lot of apples, I guess.
Me.
All right, I'm sorry. Who's next? Oh, where's the microphone? Okay.
Hi, my name is Jesse from
Here we go.
Harrisburg. Carlito, is there anything that you regret about your first run? You won the Intercontinental title and the United States Championship. You were in Elimination Chamber, but that's sort of the peak. Is there any regrets to that run or how you handled it?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of regrets. It was just a different time, and creatively, I was a bit rebellious, I guess, and too, what do you call it? Just unpleased with the way things were going, and I checked out a lot early before I left. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's part of growing up, and times have changed, and I have a different outlook on things now.
Yeah. Was there a certain moment that made you mature? Like, did something snap into you?
No, it was just I think it was just a change in the company and a change with times, whatever. It's just I wasn't what do you call it? I wasn't in agreement with the way things were being done, I guess. You know what I mean, back then. So it's kind of like we were both at odds with each other.
All right, we got some questions up front here. Let's get the mic up front for a few of these ones. Unless someone's already holding it. Okay. Oh, where's the microphone?
What's that again? The video game? They never let me play. I don't know. I can't answer that. They never let me play. I've been trying to get on the game. I've been trying to get them to download the DLC with me in it, and they won't do it. It's like $4.
$4 well spent. Yeah. All right, who has the mic? Oh, hold on.
Surprisingly, people feel like it's a badge of honor or something. People get excited when I've never had anybody.
I was this close to bringing an apple out here. And it would have been an honor. But then I'm like, do I really want to, spend the rest of my day with apple and spit all over my face? Does anybody have an apple?
I get asked that all the time by people. Hey man, would you spit in my face? Why would you want that? Like, I don't.
Do you autograph apples?
What's that?
Do you autograph apples?
I've autographed apples, yeah. Usually they bring fake ones.
We got an apple? Do we really have one? Well, bring it.
Oh, I think I see it. Yeah.
Well, oh boy. He wants you to autograph. Can we spit it? And,
That's a fake one. Oh, okay.
boo! That's not cool. That's not cool.
You got everybody excited for nothing.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you guys for saving me from getting spit in the face, though. You had the mic over here. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
What's your routine when you arrive at the arena?
My routine is usually I go to the TV locker room, put my stuff away. I go to catering.
How's the catering?
Well, I mean, it's free, so. It's okay, it's fine. But I eat all the diet stuff, so it's kind of boring for me. Usually it's like salt, pepper chicken, which is dry.
But that chocolate cake, those.
No, I stay away from all that.
But it's all sitting there.
I know it's all
staring at you.
It's all teasing you, yeah. But luckily, I don't have a sweet tooth, so it
Lucky
doesn't
you.
bother me too much. But yeah. So then after catering, what I'll start going. I'll start see what my assignments or whatever I have to do. Then probably go to the ring, see what I'm needed for, and then probably go back to the TV locker room and then start getting dressed and whatever. That's about it. Then I go back to catering about 2 or 3 more times and very standard, very boring.
Very
Yeah.
casual. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of answer you're expecting out of that. I don't know what kind of excitement you think goes on.
So 5 minutes before the match, I do that. Yeah. Yes, sir. It's not on. Now it's on.
Is it on? Okay, cool. I cool.
I feel like you've already asked 17 questions.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Maybe. Let's make it another one. You're probably a real one. The mic's not on. What happened?
Use your man voice. Use your man voice.
Okay.
So I know wrestlers travel to all kinds of states and countries. What's your favorite?
My favorite country?
What's your favorite state and favorite country that you've been to? Do you want to go back there?
Well, if you have my favorites, I'd probably want to go back, right? I'd say my favorites probably Australia and South Africa. My 2 favorite places.
What's your favorite state to work in the U.S.?
State to work? That's a good question.
Or to wrestle? He can't say anything but.
I should have said that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that.
I'm so sorry. Really,
Yeah.
you could be a heel right now.
I could, but that's too easy. Sure, yeah. Indiana's great. I love it. Can't wait to come back.
What do you think about Canada?
Especially in the winter when it's freezing.
What do you think about Canada?
I'm half Canadian. My mom was born in Toronto.
Hey, that's my city.
Yeah, but I don't really claim Canada. I'm more Puerto Rican than.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean Canada's okay. I like Canada. I mean, I got family there. So
Is Canada cool?
sure, Canada's
Okay.
cool.
All right.
Canada's cool. Yeah.
I'll take it. Okay. Over here. Yes, sir.
Carlito, Chris, big fans of the show. Big fan of you, Carlito.
Thank you.
Carlito, who would you say that through your WWE journey and through your pro wrestling journey, who would you say that as a wrestler or as another superstar, who have you grown closest with? Like, who do you travel with? Who do you feel like you're closest with on the road?
Well, right now it's the Judgement Day kids. I think I'm the closest to. I usually travel by myself. I'm one of the older guys now, so I don't have the patience for the young people shenanigans. I got my routine and all that stuff I do. And then, there's of course the old timers like Rey Mysterio and Truth. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, but like the newest batch of kids that I've really grown closest is the Judgment Day kids. I call them kids, but
They're not kids.
I call them kids. But...
Okay. Yes, sir.
Hi, Hunter from Indianapolis. Earlier today at WrestleCon, we were doing a photo op with Ric Flair. My 9-month-old son grabbed a handful of his hair and yanked it. Have you ever had a bad fan experience like that where they've kind of stepped over the boundaries and pulled your hair or anything?
Not yet. You just get.
That's not cool. My bad.
That's not cool. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from your kid. No, not yet. Thank God. No, thank God. I've had like mostly positive experiences with the fans. So yeah, I don't really have anything off the top that I can think of.
Not yet.
Not yet. Exactly. Yeah.
We have had some women raising their hands. Let's get a question from Mo. I think there was, right? Wasn't there? Okay. Look, I know there's a lot of dudes in here. It's a big sausage party here.
Is this working? Okay. Hi, I'm Haley. I'm from Indianapolis. I was just wondering, you've been in the Vince McMahon era, you've been in the Triple H era. What are kind of your thoughts, compared to the two different eras? I wanted to see what your opinions have been, just in both.
Well, I don't want to sound like a suck up, right? It's just, if you say something bad when you're not with the company, you're bitter. If you say something good, you're a suck up. I enjoy the Triple H era 20 times more than I do. I think what he's doing, he's done a youth movement, which they didn't have that in the past. It doesn't really help me out now, but I appreciate that's the way the business should be going.
If it was 20 years ago, you'd be the champ. The youth movement.
Well, yeah, it would have been me, MVP, and Kennedy, I think, back in those days.
And Shelton.
And Shelton, of course. Shout out to them. And then it was just the backstage is different. You know what I mean? All the bullies are gone. I didn't get bullied, but it was still that kind of mentality. And just a lot of the toxicity is gone. You know what I mean? And now it's just the backstage is it's boring, but it's a good boring. You know what I mean? I remember I was with I was with Lillian Garcia and I think Truth or somebody. We were at everybody hanging out, and then we're just looking around and man, this has changed a lot since our day. He goes, yeah, it's really boring. I said, yeah, but it's like a needed boring. You know what I mean? Things are getting out of hand, so I appreciate this new boringness.
Yeah.
It's good. Boring is good. What do you say?
He said more girl questions.
Oh, more girl questions.
Who has the mic here?
Yeah. Right here.
Oh.
Over here. My name's Ian from Indianapolis. I have a question.
That way?
Hey, thank you.
Who is the biggest prankster in the Judgment Day?
The biggest prankster in the Judgment Day is probably Dom, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, everybody could have guessed that.
Has he got you with one?
No, he respects me. He's smart.
So what's a good Dom prank?
A good Dom prank? I don't know, just taking people's stuff and putting it elsewhere, stuff like that. Childish.
Kids
these days. No, he doesn't take lip stuff. He's smarter than that.
Yes. Yeah, he knows. He knows.
Oh, hi,
Hey.
Carlito. I
Hello.
would like to ask you a question right in front of you.
Is she there? Right there?
Jessica from Indianapolis.
Okay.
If you could decide your final match, 20, 30, 40 years down the line, because you can go forever, what would your perfect final match look like? Who would it be against? What would happen?
I don't.
It's in 20 or 30 or 40 years. You got time.
20 or 30 minutes. I haven't thought that far ahead. Probably, what it'd probably be? It'd probably be like a hair match. Yeah. Somewhere where hair versus something. And then, it could be Dominic. Hair versus mustache.
Hair versus hair.
With Dominic. And then, maybe I get my head shaved, then I just ride off into the sunset. You don't see what happens after that. Just the curtain goes, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's a nice little scenario, right?
That's pretty good. Just the hair on the line.
Yeah.
But then our final image of you is is not this.
Exactly. But it's also like you don't know what it is now. You know what I mean? We'll do the thing where the referees come, take me away. You know, because I don't know why they don't do that in hair matches. They always like never cut the guy's hair completely off.
The clippers never seem to work.
I know they never seem to work.
Never
Right? The guys
work.
always you don't see them
Never
till like
work.
weeks later the actual haircut, and then they've already grown like half the haircut back anyway. So it's like whatever.
Where's the next one here? Up top, way up there. Wow, see that?
I don't see nothing.
No, but there's the balcony up there.
I didn't know that. Yeah, it's about
or up there. Yeah.
Right here out in front. First of all, Chris, it's an honor. Carlito, we're heading out to Puerto Rico later this year. We'll see if you knew of any spots that we should hit while we were there.
Any spots in Puerto Rico?
Yes, sir.
Where?
In Puerto Rico, yeah.
Don't tell them to the bad places. That's another thing. See, I'm old now too. I don't know where the hot spots are in Puerto Rico. I would go probably to La Placita or El Yunque, the rainforest. And then I would stay away from La Perla. And where else? No, you go Rincon. Yeah, you go to Rincon. Rincon's nice. And you go to La Palguera, stuff like that. Combate, stuff like that. Write it down.
Were you guys shouting one from the very top? Okay, shout it from the very top there.
I am just a professional. I go, I do my job. They're my fellow coworkers. I have no.
Why don't we let the people decide?
You let them decide. Yeah.
All right. Make some noise for Liv. All right. Okay. Or make some noise for Rhea.
Or make some noise for Dom, who had both his girlfriends.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. We got time for just, I think, a couple more here. Yeah, we boo Dom because we're jealous. Yeah. Yeah, right. How many do we have? Okay, so two more. Oh, these better be good.
Better be good, yeah.
Two more.
These are the closers.
Oh gosh, there's a lot of pressure on me.
Don't be
now.
like that Fate Apple guy. Have some good stuff. Have some good stuff.
I promise.
Here we go.
My name's Austin from Rochester, Indiana, about an hour and a half away from here.
Thanks
you
for coming
mentioned
out.
having a little gas left in the tank. Whether it be in the WWE or not, do you envision yourself, or would you like to tag with your brother again?
Yeah, I'd like to tag with my brother and my cousin. It'd be like a little trios thing. It'd be fun. Because, I think I was gone by the time my cousin came up. So it'd be good for all three of us to be in some kind of tag team at
That'd
some
be
point.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
I didn't even mean to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, one more. But it has to be really good. By the way, before we wrap this up, have you guys had fun tonight with Carlito? Dude, thank you. And thank you guys for being here. All right, one final question. And then
They're over there.
And then if you did buy the VIP tickets, after this you'll line up on this side of the stage. We'll do the meet and greet right here on the stage. So where's our final line?
Over there.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I'm Wyatt from Indiana. I just want to
Hey, Wyatt.
ask, glad to see you come back in 21, but was AEW ever a consideration? Glad you're back in WWE, though.
Well, I don't know. I have a thing with loyalty. You know what I mean? I've only ever been a WWE guy, so. I always kind of like that, just being a one company guy. So, I mean, as long as they'll have me, I'd try to stay loyal to WWE as long as I could. And hopefully, I would honestly like to end my career with them.
Yeah. Do you think we have time for one more? Do you think there's time? All right, we'll go one more. One more. All right. Bring it. Yeah, you. Yeah, bring it. Yeah. Kevin. It's what your shirt's. Okay. Who wins in a spit-off, you or Triple H? Wow, the real questions.
That sounds a little weird, but I'd probably win.
Ooh. Indianapolis, I can't thank you guys enough for being here. Give it up one more time for Carlito!